When we first saw the ancient cities, they were in very early development, and the loot was very different, the cities looked different, but since the 22W13A snapshot, the ancient cities definitely look a lot different, and they look a lot better. So how's it going, my friends? My name is Forge, and welcome to our brand new video. And today we're going to go over all the changes that have occurred between 22W13A and 22W14A. For example, did you know under the centerpiece of each city there is a secret room? And this secret room is full of redstone components. How about we begin with opening up that room? If you enjoyed this video, then consider subscribing as it helps out quite a bit and shows your support for the channel. Thank you. Now the first way that you can open up the secret laboratory is by eating a golden carrot. You could eat anything you wanted to. You don't have to eat the golden carrot, but the golden carrot's there, so you might as well go and eat it up. But my question is, why are the golden carrots in the ancient city? Very interesting question. But once you got this golden carrot, go to the back corner, go ahead and eat up the golden carrot, then it should open up the doorway. And yes, the door has opened up. And you want to be fairly quick because it is on a timer. So you see those redstone lamps? That is the timer. So once they're all gone, then the door is going to shut on you. But of course, if you do want to leave, then you can either break through the doors, or you can eat another piece of food, and then it'll end up opening the doors again, and then you can exit through there. And then for the second method, it may look like there's absolutely nothing here. If you look, you'll find this single piece of chiseled deep slate. You're going to need to walk over the deep slate, go ahead and jump, and then it should open up the doorway. And yes, the door has been opened up, and then you can walk through there and do whatever you want. Then our third way of entering the lab is going to be if we walk through the center piece. So if we run through here, then it should end up opening up the doorway. Yes, it has opened up. Then we can enter the laboratory. Now when you're in the laboratory, it doesn't really change all that much. The only thing that really changes is the side room. So you'll find yourself rooms with redstone lamps. Sometimes you find this room with torches. It pretty much depends on the puzzle that you go for. That's what's going to determine on what this room looks like. But for some of the other things that stay the same, you'll find that the lectern is still there and the target block is still here. And you may also find this room with 2 redstone lamps. I think with the addition of puzzles in the structure, it definitely makes it feel a lot more interesting and also gives it a bit of a mystery. Like, what were they doing in that laboratory? Around the city, you'll also find these new structures which look like abandoned towers. Around the very top of the tower, you will find yourself special loot. Then we have another version of the tower, which looks like it might have been some kind of centerpiece where people may have gathered. It's also a lot more built up than the other one, which makes it look a lot better. So one of the more interesting things about these cities is you'll find yourself these fridges. These are classified as ice boxes. And you have to be very careful when you're trying to access these, because if you go to the front, then you'll notice that there's these note blocks. If you walk over the pressure plates, then it will activate the noise, which causes a vibration, and any skulk sensors around the area that will detect it, and they will tell the shriekers. Then the shriekers will tell the warden on you. But if you're careful enough, then you can make your way down here, and you'll find yourself an entire area that has packed ice. But there's also regular ice and blue ice. You can also find yourself some loot that you can collect as well. You can mainly find yourself snowballs and some more ice, but there's also golden carrots and some baked potatoes. At the midway points of each walkway, you'll find these dark oak entrances, and in the middle you will find a ladder, which lets you go up or down with ease. There's also a bunch of ruined buildings around the area, and in these ruined buildings you may have a chance of finding some loot. And for some reason you can find this spot that has a bunch of blue wool, cyan wool, and light blue wool. Inside the pit there is a lone campfire. We're going to go over all the different types of loot that you can find in this big structure. As you're going throughout the ancient city, you'll be able to find a lot of types of loot inside the game. Like, you can find some pretty good loot down here. This is all the loot that you can find. You can find C418 cat, Lana Rain's other side, and C41813. You can also find 1 to 15 amethyst shards, name tags, 1 to 15 soul torches, 1 to 10 books, an enchanted diamond O with different enchants, different potions, but from what I've seen, I can only really find potions of regeneration. There's saddles, enchanted books, and the best enchanted book that you can find down here is Swift Sneak, as that will let you sneak throughout the cities without being detected by the warden. Unless he sniffs for you. Then in that case, then you'll be in trouble. But in most cases, it will just be a random enchanted book. You can find leads, diamond horse armor, iron leggings that have enchants on them, diamond leggings with enchants on them, compasses, 1 to 2 skull catalysts, 1 to 4 candles, 1 to 2 enchanted golden apples, 1 to 3 skulk sensors, 4 to 10 skulk blocks, 1 to 3 bottles of enchanting, 6 to 15 coal, 1 to 15 bones, and finally 1 to 15 glow berries. The loot has gone so much better. In 22W14A, we got a new item called Echo Shards. Echo Shards can only be found in Ancient City chests and are used to create the recovery compass. If you want to learn more about the recovery compass, then click on the eye on the top right of the screen. But they also told us that in the future, there will be more unique loot types that can only be found in the ancient cities. I wonder what it could be. Now, there is one thing I really do expect to change in the future, and that is the spawn rates of ancient cities. Because while they are very rare structures, if you end up finding yourself in an ancient city, sometimes you might find another one right by it. So you see this ancient city? Well, if I go off in this direction, we are going to be greeted with another ancient city. So I do expect this to change in a future snapshot, because ancient cities, they're not supposed to generate like this. They're meant to be pretty far apart. They're not meant to be super duper close. But one cool aspect about this, if the ancient cities are really close to each other and they're big enough, they can end up combining into a mega city. And the name of the city would be Skulkopolis. Okay, so maybe the last one wasn't the best example, but this one is a lot better. We have one ancient city right here. But however, if I go over this way, as you can see through that cave, there is another ancient city. They can be pretty close to each other. But with that being said, that is it for everything for today's video. Down below in the comments, I want you to tell me what you think of everything that we discussed today. And if you guys enjoyed today's video or found it interesting, then consider leaving a like, subscribe if you're new around here. And for now, hope you have a logical day, and I will catch you next time. Goodbye.